All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the On Point Podcast here. I'm your host, Dr. Joe Blake. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And it is Saturday morning, bright and early. And hey, got a second half of information to share with you here. Getting some things together. Gotta get my trusty pen and my pad. Take notes. I take notes as we go along. You never know when something pops up. It's going to be some good information that we share with one another. Okay. Listen. Today we're going to bring up the second part of unstoppable spirit, and how that unstoppable spirit will just generate some great information for us. That unstoppable spirit in life, and sometimes we never know how to harness the challenges as a catalyst for us to create personal and professional growth. Sometimes we tend to let that unstoppable spirit, this, things that challenge to come up in life, stop us in what we're actually doing. So part two of this is looking at some of the keys to develop the strategy. So growth. So let me bring my son, my oldest boy, and bring him on board to kind of join us there. Joseph.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How you been, son?
I'm doing well.
Doing good. All right.
Yep.
All right. Good. How you doing there, Joey?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, son. You ready to embark on this journey of having an unstoppable spirit?
I'm ready.
All right. So I just want to recap, first of all, some of the things that we shared from the first episode about personal setbacks and how those challenges, such as health issues and family issues, test our resilience. So some of the health issues or family situations that we encounter, sometimes it tests our resilience of moving forward. But when we successfully navigate those challenges, it increases our emotional strength and our self-awareness. So when we go through those challenges, son, don't they kind of boost us and makes us more self-aware of what life really is about? Don't you think that's something that does that, son?
It does.
Kind of makes us a little stronger when we face things like that. And then there are like personal, professional obstacles. If we lose a job or we lose a difficult thing, that it serves as a growth opportunity, right? You lose a job. When you lose a job, what does it do for you? What does it do? It cause you to do?
Kind of test your resolve. You got to figure out, what's your next plan. You might have to not go out to eat as much. You just got to come up with a game plan to bounce back.
Right, because it's like, okay, it's on now, because you got to, rent, mortgage is due next month, the car payment is due next week. You got to come up with a plan to make it happen, right?
Right.
That's an obstacle. Unexpected change, right? So unexpected change, a shift in society, personal circumstances, disrupting the routine. So you got to be able to foster the ability to be innovative. You got to be able to innovate the new way of doing things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You got to have a growth mindset. You got to view challenges as opportunities. Have a proactive mindset. When you got to be persistent in the face of difficulties, right? You got to face that difficulty and look at long-term success. Don't look at the short term. Okay. Went out to start my car and the battery is not working. What do? You turn it on, nothing going. Nothing's going. Mm-hmm. Okay, gotta either you call work and say, hey, I'm not going to make it today. Just what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or call your buddy up, dude. You got the cables? Something like that. And then another challenge could be continuous learning. You have to have to cultivating a love for learning. It's vital for your personal development and professional development, seeking new experiences. So, are you looking at continuous learning, son?
Yeah.
How
Going
so?
back to school, yeah, going back to school next month. Picking up where I left off, pursuing my doctorate degree, uh, trying to finish that journey.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes when you think about it, it's like, man, I'm done with school, right? You think, oh
Hmm.
man, I've got so much schooling in me, and then it's just something, a burning desire inside says, what did it tell
Gotta
you?
keep pushing. Yeah.
Keep pushing, keep pushing. And it's all personal. When you get to the doctoral level, it's all personal, but it's ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with you being you and going for more, what you want to be and what you want to do. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. All right, so let's go into let's look at our presentation here. All right, so part 2 talks about key strategies for developing an unstoppable spirit. Because you got to have that unstoppable spirit to keep you going on. All right, so there's a unstoppable spirit. You got to think about it on an ongoing, weekly, daily, and constantly period. So you're looking at it all ongoing, every day, weekly, daily, and the constant period. So here we go with some of them. Ongoing. So ongoing. Now this is kind of a recap from last week too. But ongoing, you're looking at setting clear, achievable goals to guide your personal development, your personal and your professional development. So how do you do that for yourself, son? Do you think about clarity? Setting goals. How do you look at setting goals, son?
Um, it just kind of boils down to like you gotta want something. I think it starts with there. What do you want? Where are you trying to go in life? Are you satisfied with where you at? And once you figure out, you know, where you want to go, then you start. It's easier to start making plans to get there. So I think that's where it starts. It's just where do you want to go? Most people can't answer that first question.
Yeah, where you want to go. Now,
Mhm.
what I mentioned with everyone last week was the method that I created is called Camp 10 method. So Camp 10, because I felt that like people always when they start about talk about setting goals, they automatically jump on what's called SMART goals. Those are specific, measurable, actionable. But I felt the SMART goals are too short
Mhm.
because and there's a catch-all, it's a catchphrase that people use, and I felt that it wasn't enough. So I created Camp 10 method. Camp 10 method is broader and it's more conducive because goals are life changing and they're there for a longer period of time. If you contain goals in a shorter time, if you contain goals looking at a short term aspect of it, it's not going to last very long. So Camp 10 goals start with clarity, adaptability, measurable, practical, and then there's 5 other aspects after that. So, but you look at it from a clarity aspect, adaptability, measurable, and practical, and it has those 5 other attributes. And actually, you can go to our website that scrolls to the bottom of the screen. As you go to our website, you can download that and get more insight into it. But Camp 10 gives you more of a defined, definitive aspect of your desire for goals, and it's giving more defined aspect of what you want to look for in your goals. So look at Camp 10. The other aspect of looking at your picture is weekly, looking at things on a weekly basis. Seek support from friends, mentors, or colleagues to share the goal. So, absolutely seeking support from friends and mentors and colleagues is a crucial strategy for developing your unstoppable spirit. And why is that? Support systems are essential. Humans are inherently social beings. So our ability to overcome is often amplified by the people around us. So when you're striving to to grow, you got to tap into those supportive networks. So diverse perspective from friends, colleagues bring unique experiences to us, and they offer fresh insight. And emotional resilience comes from sharing and leaving your friends and feeling isolated. You know you can share with others and help grow you. Knowing you're not alone in your challenges gives you comfort, accountability, and encouragement, keeping you focused. They also provide a means for you to grow. Learning and growth opportunities help you, and sharing it. You go to weekly events help you do that. The wisdom helps you avoid common pitfalls. So all those things help you, and then collaborate and help you provide solutions for your problems and being able to be validated. So how you effectively seek out support for your issues, and when you're doing it weekly, it helps you evade some of the issues that are shortfalls in your life. So weekly doing it is good. Now then, there's daily, the power of daily self-reflection for unstoppable spirit. What do you think you do on a daily basis, son, that may help you avoid those pitfalls?
I've recently just started journaling and blogging,
Yeah.
and this is kind of helps me stay focused. A lot of times, like we bottle up things in our mind, and so it's just get that out, put it on paper, and kind of get stop thinking in your head, so to speak.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Good. Because just you're spot on. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of development. It's not just a passive activity. It's a practice that fuels your resilience. Taking time each day to look inward at what you're doing, the critical insights on what weaknesses or areas of improvement you have. Journaling is it, because you know effectively how you can enhance your self awareness. You reflect on what's truly what you've understand and you've done. You can come more in tune with your emotions, your thought patterns, and your behaviors, and it helps clarify uh, your consciousness. You help identify your strengths. You know what your weaknesses are, and you can build on your confidence because you're journaling on a daily basis. You can pinpoint your weaknesses and your growth areas because you're journaling like that on a daily basis. And it's not about self criticism, but you're making an honest assessment of what's happening in your life, and you're learning from your experiences every day by doing that. And that's the benefit of being able to um, journal. And you're also doing some emotional regulation too, because you're looking at your responses for this week, and then go back look at the response you did from last week, and it's good to practice daily self reflection, and that's when you're journaling, you're doing that um, every day. So that's good. Yeah, even if you're only doing it like 5 to 10 minutes a day, writing it down, that helps. That's a good practice. All right, let's look at the next one. So constantly. So you hit on that by doing that, you hit on another crucial pillar for developing an unstoppable spirit constantly. So you maintain a positive attitude by driving resilience constantly. What is constantly? What do you give me an analogy? Would you say would be constant? We call it constantly.
Um, Sticking to a gym routine, going to the gym, every day, every other day. You just got to be consistent. Whatever you're trying to get better at, you got to be consistent.
Okay. Well, when I think of constantly, say like you're going on a trip. You're going on a trip from here to Disneyland. How are you going to get to that trip on Disneyland? And you're driving in a car. You're gonna put your foot on the gas pedal, And how long you got to put your foot on the gas pedal?
Till you get there.
You get there. So you got to constantly put your foot on that gas pedal until you get there. If you don't constantly put your foot on the gas pedal and press it down, you ain't getting nowhere. Right?
Right.
You take your foot off the gas pedal, what's going to happen?
You're gonna come to a stop.
Right, you ain't going to make it. So you got to constantly put the pedal to the metal until you get there. Because if you don't put the pedal to the metal, you ain't moving nowhere. Right? And even if you use cruise control, because cruise control is putting the pedal to the metal for you. So if you ain't got the pedal down to the metal, you're not going anywhere. Your car is not moving. You ain't moving. And what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to the kids?
They're gonna come to a stop too.
The kids are gonna bug you. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? And how long can you, the dad, handle that?
Not very long.
They will drive you crazy. Are we there yet? How long? How long? Man, drive you nuts. All right, but that's constantly, so if they constantly nagging you, man, you are in trouble, buddy. Anyway, that's okay. All right, so those are the key strategies right there. Key strategies for having an unstoppable spirit. Embrace challenges for growth. So embracing challenges is a core tenet to cultivate growth. So you got to embrace the challenges. Even when a challenge comes along, you don't say, "Oh my God, it's happening again. I can't handle it. It's not gonna." No, you got to embrace the challenge, right? And that's about during difficulties, but embrace the challenges. Because when the challenges come along, they give you that opportunity to build up your growth, build up your endurance, and it's a personal and professional growth element you have to go through. You got to, like, when you what is it? When you lift the weights. Oh, how was that?
It's relieving. It's relieve a lot of tension. Kind of feel free a little bit. Feel strong. Yeah. Empowered. Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, I got to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're lifting weights, and it's like it's a challenge, and that weight is coming down on you. And you're like, okay, no, I got to make this happen. So that helps you. You embrace that challenge, you lift that weights up, and you're like, right, until you get it up. All right, so embrace challenge and growth, cultivate unstoppable. You foster resilience, pro growth. You're doing your thing to get it up. You move, right? All right, so you got a headache, but you're gonna get that weight up. All right, so that's what we have for unstoppable spirit, harnessing challenges as a catalyst for personal growth. So, what are some last thoughts you have for that, son?
I mean, I like the consistent. You say constant. I was thinking consistency, but constant is like keeping your foot on the gas and not letting up till you get to your destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to give up.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta recognize you got some people in the back seat that's relying on you to get there.
Yeah. And they're like, no, we got to keep going, Daddy. We got to keep going, Daddy. We got to get to Disneyland, Daddy. Recently, what did you guys go to? Was it a water park or something like that?
Yeah, we went to Rigby's Water Park here in Warner Robins.
Right, and you told your son you told your sons you were going, and how did they? What were they saying?
Well, they kind of. It was a little bit of a surprise to them, so they ain't realized where we were going till we got there.
Yeah, they got there though. Aiden's the oldest one, but he knew though, right?
Yeah, he knew. He was excited.
Yeah, he said he wanted to get there. He was like, "Where we going, Daddy? Where we going?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, and the older as they get older, they know, and they want to
Mm-hmm.
they want to get there. Yeah. See, but it's wonderful when the kids have an idea and they realize that they get a chance to go someplace. Dad's taking them, and you know they're driving. And if you're getting on that road and you're heading in that direction, they're like, "Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go." And you got them in the back saying, "Yeah, let's go." You got to constantly keep going because the moment you stop, you are in for it. And when you're driving in your business, you're driving in your company, y'all going for that direction, and everyone in your company, you're on the same road to success, and you're going down there, and you're like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go." And you, as a leader, you decide, you know what? Hold up a second. I don't think we ought to. What is he talking about? We got to keep going with this. So so you have to stay on your A game to make sure that you're still going in that same direction.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stop. Can't stop. All right, son. Let me put you in the background so I can say some final words, and we'll finish up. Okay? So hang on.
All right.
All right. So just want to remind everyone. Hey, remember to here's the QR code for the second book of my trilogy. The second book here is Building Financial Legacy. So the first one is Building Financial Literacy. Literacy lasts a lifetime. And the second one is Building Financial Legacy. Legacy lasts for generation. So what we're talking about today is about unstoppable spirit. And when you're building a financial legacy for your family, you don't want to stop. You don't want to sit back and not do those things that are necessary to build a financial empire for your family. You want that literacy. Once you get the knowledge, you're going to be able to gain access to economic information and make use of those concepts. Then you want to be able to take those concepts and knowledge that you've gained, and then pass it on to your loved ones. And that information is passed on from one generation to the next generation to the next. You don't want anything to stop you in your success. You don't want anything to stop you from being able to transfer that information from one generation to the next. Nothing stops you. Have that unstoppable spirit of being able to transfer that knowledge to the next generation. Don't let anything get in your way of being able to transfer that wisdom to the next generation. Have that unstoppable spirit to be able to do that. And that's what this is all about. Having an unstoppable financial legend information to pass on to the next generation. And as you do that, remember, we're looking to grow. So please like and subscribe to the channel. Download the Actionable Money app. That app will give you insights to the information that we shared. You can follow what we share. We have the blogs. We also have the newsletters that we give out each week on the podcast, and the information that we share that allows you to stay connected with us on a weekly basis. That allows you to be up to date, be on point for what we have to share, and keep you in the loop of all the things that's happening on the channel. Listen, what I share is all from my heart. I know it's what God has called me to do, to be able to share with the people and make things more simple and easy to grab. So again, this has been your host, Dr. Joe Blake, with the 1 Point Podcast, and always reminding you to stay tuned, stay informed, and stay on point. God bless, and we'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful day.